This is a podcast.
There we are.
Forgot what I was doing for a second. Hi.
Welcome.
Welcome. This is a podcast.
Apparently.
Well, I mean, if we go by music standards, I guess it would be considered a podcast. So it is good to be back. It feels like it's been forever. It's only been 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Has it? Yeah, it's only been 2 weeks. It just feels like it's been a lot longer.
So are we putting in our 2 weeks?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah. That might be coming up, but we're not just yet. Oh, that seems to be the go-to for everything. Well, I'll just put my 2 weeks in.
Okay.
Yeah. I get concerned when I hear people say stuff like that all the time.
Well, we've been hearing people say that all the time, and look where we are now.
I know. That's what I'm saying, though, because people do that, and then it's just kind of like, I don't know. I feel like we're not gonna be able to get to the topic that we're wanting to do, because now that I'm starting to go on a rant, this might be what we talk about. I don't know. We may, and probably not, but you know how it goes. No, it's people that just. It seems like every little inconvenience, they want to quit their job. And so they quit their job, and they go to another job. And a minor inconvenience happens, and they quit that job.
I mean, I think we'd have to define the term minor inconvenience because, and I've heard this before, so I didn't come up with this, but work should not be an endurance test. You shouldn't just have to be constantly putting up with crap all day long, day in, day out.
Where that's true.
Granted, it's not all fun and games, it's work, but it shouldn't be miserable either.
Where that's true, and I do understand that. It's not just when it just becomes like miserable or, it's just like when it becomes inconvenient.
Well, of course it's inconvenient to go to work. I'd rather just stay in my bed.
Right.
I mean, it's inconvenient to have my alarm go off in the morning.
Right. I was watching
I haven't quit my job over that. Like, dang it, I had to wake up this morning. I quit.
But there's some people who would.
Right.
And now I get it. Okay. I get it. I've done it. I know you've done it. Other people have done it
up?
where sometimes it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
No, but there's times where you're just
September is over.
Kind of wish they wouldn't wake them up sometimes.
Yeah.
No, there's times where you do wake up and you're just not feeling it.
Yeah.
And nothing you do is like you wake up, you go through your morning routine, maybe you're just not feeling like you're not feeling well. physically, sometimes mentally. And so you have to take those days.
Yeah.
That's understandable. But there are people that there's a video that I watched, and it was this one lady. I don't even know who she was. I only saw her once on my page. But she recorded when people called off for literally nothing. One guy called and said that his girlfriend wasn't coming to work because it was his birthday. And instead of her calling, he called and was just like, yeah, she's not coming in. And the boss was like, well, she kind of has to, or she at least needs to get on the phone and tell me if there's something wrong.
Right.
No, she doesn't want to talk to you. It's my birthday. She's not coming in.
That sounds suspicious. I don't think.
Yeah. And needless to say, the person got fired because they did, it's kind of a literally a no-call, no-show.
Honestly, that's more of a call the police situation.
Kind of. But I don't know. I mean, because we don't know the other side of it. But that's the thing is when, when people call, I've called off for other people. But it's been because they were so sick
that they couldn't
do
it
themselves. Yeah. And so, I've had to call off, being like, hey, this person wanted me to call and tell you they literally cannot come in. They're, throwing up last week's food in the bathroom, or something like that. I mean,
We've
that
all
type
been
of
there.
thing. Yeah, that type of thing again is understandable. But it's just when, I don't know, just the way the world is right now and the way the workforce is, yes, it doesn't need to be an endurance test, but at the same time, you're going to have those battles. If you work in the public, if you're a server, if you're, customer service, whatever, you're going to have those battles. But that's what you signed up for.
Well, that's the answer right there. Is we need to outlaw the public.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say just have battles.
I mean, that could work too.
There needs to be.
You go to work in in your armor, with a sword and shield. All right,
See, I think
your coupon is expired.
I think there needs to be a. Hey, Chris, it has been a while. It's good to see you, man. We're so glad you can come watch us. You even get to meet Dolly.
Yes.
This is Dolly. But
this is the reason I don't want to go to work in the morning.
She's worth losing a job over.
Yes.
No, okay, I do believe, and I know we've talked about it before, I think there needs to be a day or something. There needs to be a bell where at one point during the day, a customer service person is allowed to hit it and fight the person in front of them.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking just all out.
I prefer the sword idea. I challenge you to a duel over this expired coupon.
The bell goes off and just throw him a sword.
Yes, you will not get your 25 cents off.
Oh, goodness. Okay, well, I mean, that would be fun.
Yes.
Like I said, I think that would be the perfect thing. What was it? There's another video that I watched here recently where it was talking about a film, a holiday that they would make would be one day. Basically, it's called F Off Friday.
Uh-huh.
It's one day a year where customer service can just
say whatever
they
want,
want to the customers, with no repercussions. Which
right.
I kind of feel that would be bad.
Well, he's not the only one, but yeah, you're on the right track there, Chris.
Yeah, that he has his. Well, I was gonna say he has his moments, but he is a moment.
Yeah.
He really is. I don't know. That type of thing, like I said, that would be the perfect thing. But my bell would go off because of that. It wouldn't go off because of a customer. It would go off because of a coworker.
Yeah.
And I would just start swinging.
Oh, that would be fun too.
And there's quite a few coworkers
Yes.
right now that I would just
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the only one exempt because you love me.
Let's just hope you're not there when the bell goes off.
Yes.
When I start swinging, I swing. All right. Should we get into the actual thing?
Into the bowl.
Into the bowl? Because that is kind of what we titled it, and that's kind of what we planned on. See, that's the best thing about Observed Chaos is it's just, whoa. She almost went over. That's a good save, little girl. We love Dolly. She's our little mascot. She is everything that's right with the world.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And it's not even my cat, and I'm sitting here just glowing over her.
Right.
But okay, now compared to where she was when I first started coming to where she is now.
Yeah, she's a lot more social.
She's gotten used to me a lot more. So, all right. Well, since it's just the two of us, we are going to do this. And
yeah, this show is a loaded bowl.
Oh, I really need that spray bottle. Before the end of the season, I am getting the spray bottle.
Yes.
And I am going to use it. All right, I'm going to set my timer 2 minutes. So, we've done this a couple times before, and this is actually I think it's one of the better things that we do. It's more fun. To me, it is. Because it gets us into a... How do I explain it? It gets us into a more, ADHD moment, kind of how we normally are.
More of a free flow.
Yeah. Because we kind of are from the beginning. I mean, if you can't tell. But this kind of actually sets a little bit of limit to our nonsense. So, again, what we've done is we have made up a bunch of questions and placed them in the Great Bowl of Wonder. We really need bigger, better bowls. But maybe sometime that'll happen.
It's Halloween season. Go to a dollar store the day after Halloween.
We should get the pumpkin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. McDonald's has those Happy Meal pumpkins now.
We'll have to see if we can get one. Yeah, I noticed.
Got to get a Happy Meal. Which, I don't know. I haven't had a Happy Meal in forever.
Yeah, same.
Have you ever noticed that the Happy Meals from McDonald's are not happy anymore?
Well, are any of us happy anymore?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems like we're not. But we're going to be by doing this episode. So,
temporarily.
For the next 20 minutes or 40 minutes, however long it is. So, it's usually three of us, but since Noah's not here today, it is just going to be...
Yeah, that's what I call it anytime I eat at McDonald's, Chris.
Yes, sad meals.
Yes.
It really is. And, the switch from McDonald's to corporate McDonald's now.
Yeah.
It's really gotten... it really has gotten sad.
Or are we just viewing the past through rose-colored glasses?
I need glasses.
Oh. Anyway.
I don't know where that one came from. So, but yes. We are going to pick a topic from the bowl. Dave, since it's just me and Dave will have 2 minutes to talk about the topic.
Pass.
You can't pass. So, Dave has 2 minutes to talk about the topic.
Does it have to be factual, or can I just...
Can
I just go off on a rant that makes no sense?
Isn't that what we normally do anyway? So
more so.
Some of these questions are, like what ifs. Some of them are fun. Some of them are a little serious. Some of them are somewhat thought-provoking. But all of this is to get to know us as individuals on the show. In this instance, it's to get to know Dave.
People don't need to know me.
No, people want to know you.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. They want to join the Dollar Dave Club.
Yeah.
All right. So, first off, are you ready?
No.
Well, too bad.
Of course
Because here it
not.
comes. We're actually getting into this bowl. And the very
It's
first
a lot of bowl, that's for sure.
The very first question. Oh, man. We're starting it off strong. You got 2 minutes to talk about it. I have my timer set. It will go off whenever the 2 minutes are up. What is something you wish you could tell your younger self? And the timer starts.
Buy more microphones.
Really?
There's no such thing as too many. Just start collecting now. At 5.
At 5, yeah.
Yes.
Just go out and buy your own microphones.
Yep, and get the good ones, not the cheap ones.
Yes.
At 5.
Oh, jeez. What is something you would tell your younger self?
Life is pointless.
Jeez.
Don't have such high expectations because you will never reach them.
Way to crush that kid's dreams.
Yeah, well, sometimes we need to hear it, you know?
Yeah, but well, I guess I didn't say like how young you had to be, but
At 5.
at 5, I mean,
It's
listen,
all
kid,
downhill from here, kid. Just,
Listen, life sucks and then you die, okay?
Yep, just keep your head down, just say yes, and, just get through it.
Keep your head down, say yes, and stay away from priests. No. There's got to be something, though.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll think of it after the show. I'm
Well,
never good at coming up with things on the spot.
You have 40 seconds to think of something.
Yeah, that doesn't work. My brain has never worked that way.
Yeah. Okay, I think if it was me, I would tell my younger self that, well, yeah, basically life is going to suck,
Yep.
but you got to enjoy
Get
the
therapy
smaller...
now and get on some meds now.
No. You've got to enjoy the smaller things.
Because that's all there is.
When you're young, well, when you're little, it's like you always want to grow up. You can't wait to get bigger. You can't wait to get older. And then when you get to that point, you wish you could go back and be that child again. Dang.
Yep.
I wish that I could go back and get that Happy Meal.
Yes.
That we talk about.
Like, if we can expand on this topic for just a second.
Sure.
Not even like that, because I've noticed, like, even currently, a lot of what we do as adults is wish away our time.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm at work. I wish this day would end so I can go home. Oh, I wish the weekend would come. So basically, you're wishing that this whole week just, disappears, and you're wishing away your time. Oh, I wish that, such and such would happen. We get to whatever holiday or, whatever date or whatever thing, and you're just wishing away your time over and over, and you're always waiting for the next thing.
Yeah. Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
I don't think I would have listened, even if I had told myself that.
No. I don't listen to myself when I tell myself that now,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But that is a very good one, to be honest with you, because, being able to save up even the little bit, because I don't know how other people are. When I was growing up, we didn't have allowance. We never went without, but we never had allowances.
Right.
We worked, we got paid, we did get paid a certain amount, when we were younger and stuff like that. But it wasn't like a weekly allowance. It was like, okay, you're going to do this and I'll let you go here. That's how we were. We were very old school. And
I should tell myself to buy a $60,000 house in 1992.
Yes, but a $60,000 house in '92 was like $20,000.
No, whatever was $60,000 in 1992 would be worth a lot more now. So get a $60,000 house in 1992 at 5 years old.
Yes, at 5. Listen, kid, don't try to live up to your own expectations, but do all of this before you reach 10, and you'll be fine.
Yes.
That's a good a good way to put it, Dave. So, all right,
but we wish away all of our time because we just want to get to the next whatever, the next milestone. I want to go home and go to sleep. I don't want to go to work, so I hope this workday goes by fast. Like, we're just wishing away our time, and I don't know what that's called. I don't know like where to take the idea from here, but yeah, it's something that's bothered me when I started realizing it.
Well, I think
a while ago.
I think for me, where to take that idea would be, again, back to enjoy the smaller things.
Right.
Don't just don't wish away your time. Sit back and actually enjoy what you're doing. Even if it's something that just may seem boring at the time, you find those little things of joy. Going to work, it sucks, but you find certain things that keep you motivated through the day.
Oh, work sucks. I know.
Oh, jeez. I knew that was coming. Being
but
older.
Yeah, all of a sudden 15 years went by and you're like, wait a minute, what happened?
Right. And like you said, it's all because we wished that we were older.
Yeah.
And now that we're older, we wish we could go back and, just stop. Enjoy the time that you have right now.
Right.
I always think of the that line from was it Billy Madison, where the kid's like, "Oh, I can't wait to go to high school." And he's like, "Don't you ever say that." That's the way we need to be. I have to tell my daughter that all the time. She's like, "Oh, I can't wait till I'm 16." I'm like, "No."
Do you do the Billy Madison line like? Don't you ever, like, all dramatic, like, don't you ever say that.
No.
Cherish this time.
I don't ever do that, but I usually sit back and be like, who else wish they were, 16? And then I'll mention a name, and I'm like, yeah, and look what happened to them. Oh, my wife, my daughter knows the certain people that I talk to about it. So
okay,
yeah, I won't go into specifics because
like a lot of people wished they were older, so that's not very specific. Like,
well, that's something between me and my daughter.
Okay,
yeah. So all right,
be cryptic then.
Yes, I will be, and I wish we could go on to the next topic. So here we go. The next one. Okay. I kind of have a feeling I know what yours would be. But what if you could only eat one thing for the rest of your life?
Ooh.
Okay.
That's
only one thing.
That's a difficult one.
For the rest of your life, what would it be and why? And the time starts now.
So I would probably just kill myself at that point because no, for real, I can't stand to eat the same thing over and over and over and over and over.
Right.
Like that's like anything. That goes with anything, literally any food, even stuff I really enjoy. I can't just enjoy it, day in, day out. Like that just doesn't work. So that in a way that would actually be torture.
Yeah, it could be. Could be. But if you had to pick something, like if you absolutely had to pick.
I don't know, because whatever it is, it would probably take a nasty toll on my health, because regardless of what it is, it would be a very unbalanced
Screw
diet.
health. Who cares?
Yeah. Okay. Well, in that case, I may as well kill myself anyway,
Well, I think we need to have this talk, Dave.
Yeah.
A
life of torture, or
I'm gonna be honest. Mine would end up being the cheese crab from like any Chinese restaurant.
Oh, the crab rangoons.
No. I went against my better judgment, and what a couple people told me, and I went to the local Chinese buffet.
Okay.
And it sucked. Horribly bad. But the best thing out of that menu is there's a thing, and it's crab with cheese is what they call it. But it's basically crab meat with a little bit of cream cheese and then like cheese melted into it. It's so good, and no matter where I've gone, that's always been one of my favorite things.
I don't know if I've ever had that.
It's good. It's not worth going to that restaurant, but it's good, and that would be.
Yeah, but where's the next
take.
nearest one? Like,
I don't know that there is another one here soon. Like, I don't know that there is a close one.
Wow, that was a quick 2 minutes.
Yeah, 2 minutes are going by quick.
Yeah,
Definitely get burned out way too easy on food. If I had to pick, it would probably be
chicken.
Okay, yeah. See, I need glasses. My eyes like hurt.
Yeah,
that is true. Chicken is very. There's not a specific. Oh, you made it bigger for the older people.
Yes.
Chicken is good to have. I grew up and I eat chicken a lot. There are multiple ways to cook it.
Yeah. Well, I guess you have to be specific with the question, because like if I would have said pizza, would that be one kind of pizza forever, or could I have a barbecue pizza and then a pepperoni pizza and then?
Well, I mean, you can make it specific if you want. I mean, I'm not saying like you can't just be like, oh, I would have, Ooh,
barbecue sounds good.
Okay, you can't just say I would have barbecue, because then there's like 15 different things.
Well, then that's good, because then I have a little variety. I can have St. Louis barbecue, Memphis barbecue, Carolina barbecue.
Carolina barbecue sucks.
Probably not as bad as Michigan barbecue.
That's very true, too. Michigan barbecue is horrible. Okay, the sauce is awful. And that's the reason why I don't like Carolina barbecue, because it's just the sauce is just. I don't like watery sauce.
Regardless, I'd have the option to try it and form my own opinions on every kind of barbecue in the entire country.
That should be your own show. You should just travel.
Dave eats barbecue all over the country.
Well, I was gonna say you could say Famous Dave's barbecue, but you can be
that would be a terrible place to start.
You can name it like Well-Known Dave's barbecue, and you travel, and that's what you have. Is you have barbecue from different states.
But I mean, like,
I wonder if Alaska has barbecue.
It's not just barbecue from different. Like, I can think of at least 3 or 4 barbecue joints within 20 miles of where I'm sitting.
Yeah,
and they're completely different. Food. So like, it wouldn't just be. Well, still, it wouldn't just be different states, because like I said, there's like 4 different things I could get right now, and they would be completely different from each other.
See, even Chris agrees with me. Carolina barbecue does suck.
Well, honestly, I was just naming cities and states, so whatever.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not that blind. I do have to go get my eyes checked. My eyes have been really bad, but I have been like staring at a computer screen for about 8 hours today.
Yeah.
And yeah, my eyes are not used to that. Like, my eyes really aren't. So
do you have to turn on the magnifier? Are you squinting too much?
No, no. It's just I'm sitting there like this the entire time, and then I've got other people that kind of come and like talk to me and want me to look at their computer as I'm looking at mine. And
that's the thing. We should outlaw people talking to you.
I wish.
Just like,
I wish.
Nope, don't talk to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna build a wall. It'll be a great wall
of barbecue.
Wall of barbecue?
Oh, that sounds delicious.
No, it doesn't. I mean, barbecue sounds good. Okay, so, yeah, we've already gone way over the 2 minutes, but we're going to expand on this one just a little bit. This is the fun part about it. We've got plenty of things to choose from for the next time we do this. The different styles of barbecue that are out there, it's... to be honest with you, like I said, the Carolina stuff, I don't like the sauce. I don't like the liquidy, like, watered down.
I feel like everything has its place, so maybe you don't like it in that context, but there's somewhere that it could work in a different kind of recipe.
I don't know a context or recipe where watered down sauce is good.
Well, see, I like a vinegary sauce, not necessarily like a thin watery sauce, but like I like a good amount of tang.
You would have liked my sauce if you would have tried it.
Is that still over there?
I don't know if it is or not.
That's
I
still
made-
edible?
I made barbecue sauce. When did I make that?
I don't know, 3 months ago?
Yeah, 3 or 4 months ago, I made some barbecue sauce, and it was really, really good. Like, I really liked it. It was more or less vinegary.
And then I set it on my counter and forgot it existed.
Yeah,
I have ADHD. It happens.
that is very true, Chris. Kansas City
Kansas
barbecue
City.
is very underrated. They can do stuff with their spices that's just like nobody else can. And that is the weird thing about it, is like you go to different places, like you said, you go to different places, different recipes, different concoctions, and if you grow up in those areas, then they taste better to you than other places.
Yeah.
When I lived in Arkansas, the barbecue down there was just amazing. And it was more of the Texas style than it was, than it was anywhere
I could go
else.
for a brisket.
Briskets are really, really good.
And expensive.
Yes, they are. And so when I do barbecue, that's what I go off of. I go off of what I grew up with, the Texas style, the Kansas City style, where it's just like it's really good and it's rich and thick.
I'm hungry now. Where can you get brisket at 9 o'clock at night?
I don't know.
You're thinking about
Now I'm thinking about it too. Yeah, that sounds. It does sound good.
But yes, like
I do have ribs I need to cook up.
when you grow up with the local cuisine, you get you develop a fondness for what you grow up with.
Yes. And so when you move to a different area, like I said, when I moved from Arkansas to here, one of the first places we went to was Famous Dave's. It was the first barbecue place that I had up here.
That's not a representation of anyone's barbecue. That's just cheap,
And see, that's what I hear all the time.
Yeah.
But when you talk about, when people talk about barbecue up here, when you're like, oh, what's a good, barbecue place? Oh, Famous Dave's.
No,
that's all anybody talks about.
That's like the Applebee's or Chili's of barbecue. It's not like Like, you don't go to Applebee's for, like, a high-quality meal. You go to Applebee's because you've got your family and you're looking for a cheap night out, you know?
Now,
Although not anymore lately.
Yeah,
everything's way overpriced.
Yeah, everything's way overpriced. Now, I will say this, and then we'll move on to the next one really quick. There is a place down in Arkansas, my hometown, Benton, that I would suggest. It's called Rib Crib.
Okay.
If you're ever down there, if anybody ever goes down there, or anybody that lives down there, they know this. It was called Rib Crib. I believe it's still open. And it is just absolute goodness. I mean, all
right, we're calling off work tomorrow. Let's go.
That's fine with me.
After this stream, we're going to hop in the car and just... Yeah,
that's fine with
me.
Go
get ribs.
I'm going down there for Christmas, so that's probably one of the places that I will go to, if it's still open.
Yeah.
I haven't heard if it's still open or not. I really hope it is.
Did I mention I want ribs for Christmas? So, bring me back some. And
you want your baby back?
Okay, Famous Dave's is to barbecue what Applebee's is to steak. Yes.
Oh.
There you go. That's kind of what I was saying. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll give you that one. I don't think I've had an Applebee's steak either.
I don't know if I've ever had one at Applebee's. Like, if I'm at Applebee's, I'm ordering, like, boneless wings or maybe a burger or something.
Anytime I go to Applebee's or, like, Chili's, because to me, Applebee's and Chili's are the same. I always get...
essentially, they are.
I always get, like, the Cajun chicken pasta.
Okay.
And that's, like, the only thing that I get from there. Because, to me, that's the only thing that I trust on the menus. I don't trust much else. Yes, I don't trust much else on those menus. So... All right, we're going to move on to the next one.
Reading through the menu, do I trust the...
It's sketchy sometimes, I will say. All right, moving on to the next one, because we could talk about barbecue all night long, apparently.
Maybe that's in 2 weeks, just barbecue.
We'll find some barbecue. We're not going to talk during that episode. You're just going to watch us eat.
It's an ASMR show.
I hate AMS. I can't even say it. That's so much I don't like it.
Yeah.
What is it?
Have to get the cheap microphones for that. I don't want my good microphones in the line of fire.
Oh man. Yeah. I couldn't do that. Okay. Here's another one, more of a personal to get to know Dave.
No one needs to know Dave.
Well, too bad. They're going to. What was your least favorite class in school, and why?
Oh, that's difficult because it was anything that couldn't hold my attention, and then I failed because I couldn't stay focused. So that's a long list. That's not a short list.
Okay. Well, what kind of classes did you take growing up?
I mean, standard curriculum, like math, geography, reading, whatever.
Okay.
I mean, depends on what grade are we talking?
School. Like any kind of school.
The school kind.
Okay. Well, that's a great
School
that's,
classes that they teach at school.
That's a great answer, Dave.
Yes.
You should be proud of that answer.
Yeah.
I think mine was, and it's funny because I do it a lot now. Mine was reading, like literature.
Similar. I had a similar experience because once again, I could not stay focused. It could not keep my attention.
Yep.
So it had, and that's the thing. Like they very rarely had a story that was actually interesting to read, and oh god, this is like a whole commentary on the education system. But if you're reading a story just to memorize answers for a test, you're not really reading the story or letting your mind wander into the story. You're just searching for answers to a test. So you can take a great novel, but you put it in that context and you're not really reading that novel, and it doesn't matter how good the story is or how engaging it is if you're not allowed to engage with it in the way that actually holds your attention. Does that make sense?
Sort of, but you said something and now my mind started to wonder. I'm trying to imagine mind water in a story.
What?
That's what you said. You said letting your mind water into
I meant
the story.
Wander.
Okay, well you said water.
I said
and
water.
all of a sudden I could only think of like brain juices in a story.
Same thing, Chris. I couldn't stay focused in math either. Like even when I took notes, like the thing. Okay, I know we're past the timer, but oh well.
Yeah, that's fine. We've been past the timer on everything that we've done so far.
Even when I took notes in a math class, the things would seem to make sense to me in the moment, and then when I went to do the homework, my mind completely blanked. I couldn't remember how anything worked.
Yeah. Spelling to that, yes.
Yeah. Not so much. I like spelling.
I liked spelling. I didn't like the vocabulary. I could not do definitions well. Now, I didn't like literature all that much, but I grew up I love to read now.
Right. Because you're doing it on your own terms. You're not just trying to find information to fill out a Scantron later.
A what?
Yeah.
A what?
A Scantron?
I have no idea what that is.
The little sheets where you fill out with a number 2 pencil. You fill out the little bubbles with the number 2 pencil, and then the machine reads it.
Nope.
No?
No.
Okay. Well, maybe that's something we had up north. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, well, okay. I grew up in a very small private school, and when I say small, I had a graduating class of 4.
Wow.
Yes. So we were very small. So I have no idea what you were talking about.
Okay.
We did actual tests and
right. So what the way it worked is you'd have an answer sheet that's just it's kind of like a punch card, and it's 1 ABCD, 2 ABCD, and you just ABCD all the way down, and then you would actually have the test, and it would be a multiple choice test. Ask you the question, give you the 4 answers, and you mark it, and then the teacher would take all the sheets and feed them into a machine along with an answer key, and it would grade based on that. It was automated grading for that kind of thing.
We never had that. Ours was you take the test, and then you literally passed it to the person behind you, and they graded your test.
Now, we've done that. I've done that with homework assignments, but not with tests.
Yeah, that's usually how we did it. For the bigger tests, the teacher would grade them. Some of our teachers, we were questionable about whether or not they knew what they were doing. But for the majority, it was we would take a test. We would literally pass it to the person usually behind us or next to us, and then everybody had somebody else's test, and they graded it. Like the teacher would give out the answers, and then you would mark them if they were right or wrong. But yeah, no, none of that high tech stuff. Our high tech stuff, like in class or school, was we did opposite grades. So like I said, our school was small. It's always been small since I've ever known it, and it's even smaller now. But we did like 2 grades per class. So we would do like first and second grade.
Okay.
Third and fourth, fifth and sixth,
and so on.
And so on. So like when I was in first grade, we came in on an even year is what they called it. So my first grade class, we did second grade work.
Okay.
And then my second grade class, we did first grade work. And it was weird because by the time you're in second grade, like everything there, but that second grade class was a blow through. If as long as you were kind of paying attention, because you knew most of the stuff that was going on. Up until I think my 7th grade year, then we started doing like kind of combining more classes where we did like algebra 1. Yeah. And you could have 7th, 8th, you could have a 10th grader in there if they had never taken algebra 1, so they would sit in class with us. Those types of things. But normally that's how we did it. That was like the most advanced that we were in class. But I don't know. I liked school. I think the only thing that I really, really, really didn't like was science, like biology.
See, I never took biology, but yeah, I like science, like especially with magnets and electricity. Like those are things I always liked.
Our thing was like up until our biology class that we took, we didn't have anybody that really knew science.
Well, yeah, that's part of your problem if you don't have a teacher that doesn't know the subject.
Yeah, like we didn't do experiments. We didn't do have a science fair or anything like that. We just sat there and read in a book, and it just, I don't know. To me, that was
if
like
it's
so boring. Yeah, that was really boring.
Well,
to me.
that comes back to what I was talking about. Like if you're learning in a context that's not actually conducive to experiencing the subject that you're learning, and you're just trying to find answers to pass a test, that's not only not helping you learn, it's actually like giving you it's kind of becoming a punishment, and it's actually making you afraid to approach the subject on your own time.
Yeah.
And that's bad.
For us, it wasn't like we were afraid to. It's just
I know, but when something becomes a punishment, you avoid that thing, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Today's age. You used to get paddlings in school, and, well, look what a lot of people want to do now.
Anyway, like we can go on a whole rant about the education system another time.
Yes.
That's what all of these are turning into, like, oh, what was your favorite subject in school? The education system is so messed up.
Okay, that was on you, though.
Yeah.
You did that yourself. I'm trying to get to know Dave better, and he wants to go off on rants.
You asked what food I would eat for the rest of my life, and we went on like a 20-minute rant about barbecue and where good barbecue versus bad barbecue is.
Yes, but that's not...
Don't eat barbecue at Famous Dave's, or just don't go there expecting good barbecue.
Yeah, but we didn't get off on the education system or the government or anything like that. We stayed on topic and talked about barbecue.
Right. Well, Famous Dave's is like the government, and that needs to change. We need to have some more. What did we say? Kansas City or Texas-style barbecue in government instead of Famous Dave's. Our current government is Famous Dave's, or Applebee's, or heck, even McDonald's.
I feel like McDonald's is maybe like the Clintons.
Yeah, and we need to get Gordon Ramsay in there to straighten things up.
Oh gosh, can you imagine Gordon Ramsay in a McDonald's?
No, we need to get Gordon Ramsay to actually moderate a presidential debate.
Oh,
I don't care what side he leans towards. That would be worth watching.
Gordon Ramsay for president. That's all I'm saying.
Okay,
I'll go with that one.
maybe.
All right. You know what? I don't want to pick that one. I read which one that one was, and after the past couple that we've done so far, I want to change I want to change it up. I want to find a good one because it's probably going to be the last one. Nope. We just talked about politics. Okay, you know what? We're gonna go for this one. You are going to get 2 minutes for this, and that's it.
Well, I think that's pretty much all we have left anyway.
The timer is going to start on this one, and you will not be able to go past the timer on this one. Lord help us. What is one policy that you would like to see changed, and why?
Like, okay, so, I mean, that doesn't necessarily have to be government. I mean, it can be, but, like, could be school policies, could be politics, could be
normally I'm thinking
business policies, you know.
Normally I'm thinking politics.
Okay.
So, going into a political sense, what is one policy that you would want to see changed, and why?
Well, it's not so much that I want to see changed.
Okay,
but,
listen,
like,
Kamala. I asked you a question. You just need to give the answer.
Well,
I don't care that you grew up in a middle class home and worked at McDonald's at the age of 4. I want to know the answer to the question.
Well, maybe if I had worked at a McDonald's at the age of 4, I could have bought a $60,000 house when I was 5.
No, McDonald's would have got shut down for
Anyway,
child labor.
What were we talking about?
What is one policy you would want to see changed, and why?
So my answer to that is honesty is the best policy. And we need to start enforcing that at gunpoint.
What, enforcing honesty?
Yes. Where do you see honesty in politics?
Outside of politics?
Exactly. So if we want to take our nation back, we need shot collars. We need actual threats. We need lie detectors connected to shot collars or pellet guns or paintball guns or I don't know what else. Spray bottles. Like bad politician. Tell the truth.
Bad Pelosi. Psst, psst, psst. I think. Wow, we got 12 seconds of this.
Honesty is the best policy. The end.
if you want to do that, you start docking pay for every lie.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. For every lie they make.
And that's all the time we have.
Okay, we're stopping that one at 2 minutes because I do not want to go any further than that one. We have time for one more.
Okay.
Let's do one more.
At gunpoint?
I don't have my gun.
Oh, well.
Okay. This is a good one to end on.
Yep.
All right. I will give you 1 minute. Okay. You have 1 minute. I want you to pitch me your own personal superhero.
Oh.
Ready? And go.
I already wrote this like years ago. So
Okay.
it's Forklift Man. He has telekinetic abilities over any nearby forklift. And that's the extent of his power. He can't do anything else with his telekinesis, just control his or another nearby forklift. He drives a nuclear-powered forklift with a nuclear reactor, and it's a whole thing with his big, long backstory that I don't have the time to get into in 1 minute, but suffice to say, he's a not so much retired but laid off nuclear engineer who has to pay the bills, so he takes the job as a material handler in a warehouse driving a forklift, and yada yada, tragic backstory, dead parent, becomes a workaholic, decides its forklift isn't powerful enough, so he builds a nuclear reactor into it, as any rational person would do. And then comes close to having an accident, but the forklift corrects itself, and he realizes he has telekinetic control over the forklift, and that's his origin story.
And that's time.
It's a much more complicated origin story than that.
Wow. Okay. I don't
You
think I would.
actually want to hear more about this.
Well, okay, so you know what's interesting?
Yeah.
I could see Danny Trejo being Forklift Man.
Okay.
And
that could work.
And Gary Busey being the forklift.
Why would...
Instead of a horn, it's just Gary Busey. It's just him yelling.
Okay.
And Steve Buscemi being the bad guy.
Oh, that could work.
Steve Buscemi's always got to be a bad guy.
There's a very specific set of character traits that my bad guy has, though.
Okay.
So he would have to really get into the character.
Steve Buscemi's a pretty good actor. Or Nicolas Cage.
No, I don't think Nicolas Cage would fill... Well, maybe. I think Steve Buscemi has a good shot. I'm not so sure about Nick Cage, but maybe.
Okay. I am kind of interested in this, but not enough to care at the second.
It's a long story that I wrote 15 years ago.
Okay. All right. Well, I did ask.
Yeah.
But you did fairly well in keeping it at 1 minute.
Yes. Except we're still talking about it, and I'm bringing up new details.
Well, no. We're not bringing up new details. We're talking about a film adaptation already.
Yes. Why not a whole cinematic universe?
Who would the love interest be?
I never thought about that one, because he's too. Like I said, he became a workaholic because yada yada, tragic parent death. So he's too wrapped up in his work.
Yes,
and then in his Batman has some love interests, but it always comes back to I have to be the Dark Knight. Blah blah. Gotham.
Yes.
Gotham needs me, so I don't have time for a girlfriend. Yada yada.
And
Something like that.
And Spider-Man always has the love interest, but he has to turn her away for the sake of the suit, and then he kills one.
Yeah, I hate it when that happens.
Yeah, I know, right? So there has to be one. Roseanne Barr. Roseanne Barr is the love interest.
I don't think she's a superhero.
No, she's the love interest.
How would that even work?
I don't know.
That would be...
It's Danny Trejo. I'm pretty sure.
If anything, she'd be an antagonist.
There's a reason why he became a workaholic.
Yeah, but that had to do with yada yada, tragic parent death, not because he's having lady troubles at home.
Maybe she ran them over with a forklift.
No, there's the backstory goes a way different direction.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's a whole cause and effect thing.
What would the the catchphrase be? There's catchphrase,
does Batman really have a catchphrase other than "I'm Batman"?
Well,
why does he need to say "I'm Batman"? If you're dressed like Batman, it's probably clear that you're Batman.
I don't know that it's clear because a lot of the movies that you watch, they even ask him, "Who are you?"
I'm Batman.
Exactly. They ask that. So,
I'm Forklift Man.
No, but if you had the title to see, I see him being, well, okay. Now I'm starting to wonder if Danny Trejo would be a good idea, because I see Forklift Man being some southern down home country guy.
Yeah. Actually, I had a completely different movie idea for a character like that, but it's not a superhero pitch. It's something else.
I'm Forklift Man, y'all.
No. How about something up, and then back down again, and then up again, and then because it's a forklift. Wherever evil can be thwarted by use of a forklift, I'll be there. Which would have to be a really specific set of circumstances.
Yes. How much evil is there going to be that you need a forklift to take care of it?
Well, bad guys are always hanging out in abandoned warehouses, so maybe he needs to move a bunch of things to get to the bad guy,
I could see the action sequence right now. The bad guys are in the warehouse and they're like, "Oh, what is that?" Beep, beep, beep. It's just a forklift just coming towards them.
It is a nuclear-powered forklift, so it's a little bit faster than your typical one. So
okay, maybe his catchphrase would be This is a forkin' good time.
Oh, yeah. Also, I figured he'd be wearing a baseball cap, but instead of like a whole brim, it would be divided into like 2 forks, and it would.
Might as well make him a walrus at this point. He's got the tusks on now. Oh my goodness! All right,
Walrus Man. That could be like another hero in the same cinematic universe. You know,
I feel like that would be the bad guy, Walrus Man.
he could be a bad guy, but like the main bad guy, like
The
I
walrus.
have a specific like whole persona picked out for the bad guy. He's based on a guy I used to work with.
Okay,
He's actually a really cool guy.
Steve. Just joking.
And your friend Steve. Steve.
I am waiting for that like that to happen in a action movie. Like a James Bond movie, you know, you've got Goldeneye,
Yeah.
or Goldfinger, you've got Dr. No, you've got Pussy Galore, and Steve. And Steve is just like the most downright baddest one of them all.
Actually, I wanted to make Harry Potter into a Bond villain because technically he's the boy who lived twice, so that would be the title of the Bond film, The Boy Who Lived Twice. I don't know why he would suddenly be a villain, but you know.
Because everybody hated him.
Eh.
All right, yeah, we're way off topic, and we're out of time. So this has... What has
This is
been?
something.
Yeah, it's been
I don't know.
something. No, it's been entertaining. We got through a whole, 5 questions. But forget the timer at all. We have plenty more to go the next round.
Maybe we'll have some company next time.
Maybe we'll have company next time if he decides to show up. And, I don't know. To me, this has always been, the fun thing to do.
Yep.
Because it's something that we can fall back on that's, fairly simple for all of us to really get into. But not just that. It's a great way to really show who we are as a show. If you can't tell by this episode or any of the past episodes, we are very chaotic.
Yes.
I say that all the time, and it's true almost every episode. It seems like almost every episode this season has just gotten more and more
Chaotic.
It's gone.
I can't think of another synonym.
It's just gotten more and more just crazy, but that's who we are as people. That's who we like to be around each other. And what you see is what you get, basically. So
Yes.
even if you see us out in public, the same way we are now is the same way we are.
You won't see me in public. I don't do public.
You don't do public at all.
No, I don't.
So we'll have to change that one of these days. But
Nope.
at this point, we are out of time. We will get ready to close this out. Again, thank you guys for showing up, for watching with us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave comments of what you want to hear us talk about next time. Also, don't forget to visit our Facebook page, Observed Chaos, our TikTok page, Observed Chaos, our Instagram page, which is our Instagram and our TikTok are basically the same, just one and the
Yep.
same. It kind of just, when I post to one, it goes to the other automatically.
Yep.
But don't forget to check those out. Give us a like, give us a follow. As always, thank you guys so much for listening and for watching. I'm not missing anything else, I don't think. Audio version will be out this Thursday.
Yeah, we're missing a whole person, but
We're missing a whole person. Hopefully he will be back with us next week. And
2 weeks. I don't think we're recording next week.
Oh yeah, it is 2 weeks. Yeah. Okay, the
I
next
don't
time
even know
we
what
record
today is, but whatever.
Yeah, the next time we record, hopefully he will be with us. So again, for Observed Chaos, I'm John.
I'm Dave.
Have a great night, everybody.